Hello everyone, Andrew here, and welcome to another random game of the day. And today is actually going to be an experiment of sorts where we try to play a Virtual Boy game. And this is something that I've wanted to try ever since I started making random game of the days. I just figured, I don't know, maybe my video camera would be able to record the screen. Now I have no idea how well this is going to turn out, which is why it's kind of like an experiment. But hopefully it turns out somewhat well. So far, I really don't know exactly what to expect from it, but yeah, Virtual Boy Wario Land is one of my favorite games, and it's actually been quite a while since I played it too. So we just have the opening cutscene here. Basically I'm just using my video camera to record one of the eyes of the Virtual Boy, so I'm hoping it works out well. A bit of background information about Virtual Boy Wario Land. It actually kind of takes place in between Wario Land 1, Super Mario Land 3, and Wario Land 2. So people who are a big fan of the Wario Land series like I am, will know that the very first Wario Land game kind of followed more of a Super Mario Brothers mechanic, where you collected hats as power-ups and things like that, and you played through the level. Or Wario Land 2, and thereafter kind of broke off into its own kind of thing. And Wario, he couldn't die, and it was mainly about collecting treasure and things like that. So this actually takes place before Wario Land 2, so we're still going to see that kind of Super Mario Brothers element, where we collect hats and things like that to give us power-ups as we play through the levels, and you will see. So there we saw, there was 10 treasures in that door there, and they all kind of scattered, and of course we are going to have to find those throughout our journey. So hopefully this is working out well so far. I should try to explain a few things though, so we can finally start the actual game now. If we press start, now we have our pause menu where you see the 10 treasures will go there, as well as we have some coins and as well as our total playtime. There might be a little bit of a delay as far as the camera goes, but hopefully we'll be able to work that out. In the bottom right there, it gives us 20 seconds to beat each level. So some levels are quite long, although this is the first level, so I don't expect anything extremely long. Since this is a test, we'll probably just play the first few levels just to see how things work out. So I am interested in seeing if I will be able to record other Virtual Boy games. So anyway, since it does follow that kind of Super Mario Brothers mechanic, we will see question mark blocks and stuff like that, which contain coins and other things like you would see in a Mario game. Hearts, collecting 100 give us an extra life, since coins are purely treasure-based, and they don't really serve any purpose other than trying to get the best ending. Crown coins are worth 20 coins. Or is it 25? I actually have no idea. So anyway, there's an example of a power-up. It's a piece of garlic, or pretty much an entire clove of it. If you're small Wario, it will bump you up to big Wario, and if you're big Wario, it will turn you into Bull Wario, which if you ground pound the ground, will stun all enemies, and it also gives you better ability when when breaking blocks and stuff like that. It makes it easier. If you take these guys and put them into this cloud, a crown coin will come out, which gives you a whole ton of coins, as I just said. So basically, those big blocks that you saw right there can only be destroyed as Bull Wario. And of course, we can ground pound stuff too, as Bull Wario. Another piece of garlic, although since we're already as high as we can go, which is Bull Wario, we're not going to be able to get it. It just makes it invincible, or invisible rather, so that we can't get it. Although there are other power-ups to get too. Bull Wario is just the highest we can go as far as garlic is concerned. One of the big gimmicks with Virtual Boy Wario Land is these things right here. Of course it looks a lot nicer if you're playing it, you're looking through both screens and you're getting the full 3D effect. Because the levels actually do have quite a bit of depth to them. It does look like they actually go pretty far back. But if you press A on one of these things, it shoots you into the background, which is actually pretty cool, and it's the main gimmick of Virtual Boy Wario Land. It is pretty neat. It definitely looks a lot nicer if you're actually playing it on the Virtual Boy. So you have a whole bunch of monies here. In every level, there is a key to find. You need this key to beat the level, so if you miss the key, you're going to have to go back and play through the whole level again to find out where you missed it. So it's not always too fun, although it is neat. some of the ways that they hide them in some of the levels. So that is our first treasure right there. It's the first level, so it's hidden in a very easy to find spot. The only thing that would have made that hard to find is if we are Small Wario, which is pretty much the equivalent to Small Mario, where you're not able to break any blocks while in that form. Getting hit once in any stage will take you right down to Small Wario, so you do need to be careful. Right here, because B, we will be able to go across all of those blocks. Right here we have another bad guy, you can just kind of bash him into oblivion. Another garlic. So yeah, basically the first level is very short. It doesn't feature too many of the items that we will see in later levels. It's basically just a quick introduction to get you into the mood of things. Although it does it well, and it's still very fun. Let's see, so we have more coins here. Gotta get those, and if we jump over here, we should be at the end. So you got you. Completely destroy you. Block here with the big heart. And we can unlock this. And we have an end of the level elevator. So every level ends with an elevator, and it also begins with one too, since the elevators are kind of what you're using to get yourself back up to the surface. So at the end of every level, you are given a choice of a few different mini games to play. And I'll just show them off. One of them is the heart minigame, so you can use that to try and gain some extra lives, and depending on which one you pay, you can get more hearts. So let's see, so basically what you want to do is just want to jump back and forth, but you want to avoid the bats that fly across the screen. Of course, this is another case where it looks a lot nicer if you're playing it and you get the full 3D effect. Big diamonds are worth 1-ups, like instant 1-ups, so that's always pretty good. Might as well just go for those rather than wasting your time trying to get the big hearts. There might be some kind of bonus for getting absolutely everything in this bonus game, although I don't quite remember, plus it doesn't really matter. I don't remember if lives reset every time you turn the game off or not, but anyway. We got quite a few lives there, which is actually really awesome. And let's see, so go through here, and we can try out the coin mini game, which is basically a try your luck kind of thing to either triple, multiply it by 6, or multiply it by 10. So multiply it by 3, I believe it's just, you have a 1 in 2 chance of multiplying it. And I got it, which is actually really awesome, because I usually suck at these kind of games. And if we do times 10, we actually have a 1 in 4 chance, and I don't know if I've ever actually won this. Aww, it does show you which one is the right one afterwards. Basically, you get 3 times to try any of these that you want. So this is going to be our last try here, and unfortunately that wasn't the one. So we actually ended up with like less coins than we started out with, but oh well. It doesn't really matter anyway. So we take the elevator up one more level. It will take us to the main kind of status thing that we get to see in between every level. So you see our treasures there, our coins, total playtime, and you see the map on the right. So unfortunately, it's not a very long game. So as you see, we're going up to level 2 now. Level 4, 8, 12, and 14 are boss stages. So you only have like 10 main action stages. So unfortunately, it's a kind of short game. So it's too bad they didn't make it longer, although if they had spent more time on it, who knows, maybe the Virtual Boy would have been discontinued by the time they got to release it, and that would not have been a good thing. But anyway, continuing on to level 2, this one has a lot of red, and I noticed that there's a lot of flickering when there's a lot of red, so I'm hoping it turns out okay. The red actually doesn't last for too long, because we do get some more black background here. This would give us an instant bull hat, even if we were Small Wario, so we wouldn't have to work our way up from small to big and then bull. It would have just taken us from small right to bull, or from big to bull, or from any other power-up straight to bull. So let's see, so we jump into the background here, and a few items to get here, and we go through here, and we can ground pound to knock over a whole bunch of guys, knock that guy down from the ceiling, and get a few coins, which is always lots of fun. Because of course in Wario games, the point is always to get as much treasure as you can. Because Wario's a greedy guy, and I mean, I have to admit that bashing everything in your way to get as much money as you can is quite fun. So we just went down a pipe there, which of course something that you see often in Super Mario Brothers games, but not much in Wario Land games these days. Although I mean, actually Wario Land 4 and Shake It actually did have a few pipes, I believe. So we get some more coins and stuff here, and go back up here. So we definitely needed to do that, because on the other side here, aside from coins and hearts, we will also find the key. And I've always loved that kind of fanfare there that it does after getting it. So let's see, let's go through here, and get a few of these. But yeah, please tell me what you think of recording Virtual Boy. I mean, it doesn't look terrible. on like right now. I mean, there's some very minor flickering, although I mean, I know when there's a lot of red on the screen, it doesn't look the greatest. Let's see, so we can put all these guys into here. You can actually get a ton of crown coins, which is pretty great. Let's see, get that. That was awesome. And if we continue on, we got that there, and that there. Yeah, overall, I've always really loved the Wario Land games, and it is quite interesting to see just how this is turning out. Of course, Wario Land games have always had tons of secrets everywhere. This one right here is only for a 1-up. I always thought that one kind of would have been worthy for what's it called? For the treasure. Although I guess they just they didn't think so. Let's see, how do we get down there again? That is actually a very good question. I believe I remember. Yeah, that's right. If we go down here, maybe. No, actually. No, maybe over... Maybe... I don't know, actually. I'm actually having a bit of trouble remembering. Actually, there is that pipe at the end where you need to use fire. Yeah, that might be it. Because like I said, it actually has been quite a while since I played this game. Oh, darn it! I was just about to ground pound here. Although, luckily, there was that bullsuit that just came out of there. Which kind of just completely saved us. So if we do this... we will be able to go into the background, although, I mean, it's just a few minor things, so it's nothing too important. So now we can continue to the right, and I completely forgot about that coin. What is the point of that? Huh. I actually completely forgot about that secret, although it is pretty funny that I managed to come across it on camera. So if we continue to the right, we do have more of these guys, of course. Not the most exciting enemies that just kind of fall from the ceiling. Now this right here, this is where you finally see a new power-up, and this is the Fire Orb, which will let us turn into Sea Dragon Wario, which will let us break those fire blocks, like the ones that we saw earlier. Right here, we have some blocks which are clearly breakable. Here we have another guy. Yeah, it's pretty cool. You just hold the B button to shoot fire for almost as long as we want, although it does run out eventually. So yes, that brings us down here. I meant to duck. I did not mean to go back down that pipe. So let's see, so we got, that coin actually stayed there, which is pretty cool. And if we continue over this way, we have this door which I want to get, which will take us to the treasure room, I believe. And there we go, treasure number 2, it's a head of some kind, not really sure what's up with that. I am having to sit in a fairly awkward position to play this, it's kind of weird. So, I don't know, I'm having to do like a leaning forward kind of thing. I mean, it's not terrible, but it is bizarre from my normal laid-back kind of way I would do my random game of the days. And let's see, so proceeding on, let's see what kind of other things we can find here. So we have that, and I did break this, I believe. Did I? No, I didn't. That was just my imagination. Unfortunately, as Fire Wario, you can't really do a dash, so you are stuck to doing the really slow walking, which does get kind of annoying after a while, because I just want to run. I'm a guy who, I really like to go fast in my video games. I hate when there's like not a run button or anything like that. And did I just bump that off target? Let's see if I can kind of fix that. I wonder. Kind of fix that. Yeah, one of the things is, of course, the camera can get misaligned, and it can look kind of bad. Although, because I mean, the cord for the Virtual Boy obviously wasn't made for, like, playing it in a way like this. Because I'm actually using the TV. I have my camera hooked up to the TV as well, so I can see everything I'm doing on the TV screen. So I might accidentally jolt the camera at times, which isn't really the best thing. And those coins are just going down. Well, if we press A, it does instantly put them all there, which is pretty great. So here, we have the only full underwater level of the game. I mean, there is one other level which focuses a bit on underwater stuff. Although this is really the only one that focuses mainly on underwater, and it's the only one that uses this actually quite good underwater theme that I really like. Let's see here. We have more fire blocks there, which are awesome. We will want to maintain our fire throughout this level, because there are a few things that require us to use it. So let's see here. A few secrets here, which we will want to get. And if we can continue on. And this guy actually comes out from the background and foreground. It does look quite cool if you're playing it in 3D. Another one of those things where it is really cool to experience like the whole 3D effect. It makes it seem a lot more. It makes it seem a lot more neat. So I really like if you have the Virtual Boy, I'm sure you have this game. But to people who don't, definitely pick one up if you can for cheap. It's a really neat thing to have. And Virtual Boy Wario Land does make it all worthwhile, because it is a really incredible game. This is just the first kind of section here, like the first 3 levels and boss, which I'm going to do, although it does get a lot better after that as well. And can we destroy this guy? He's kind of really annoying. Let's kind of let him do his thing there, and then kind of just quickly go by. And if we go up here, oh no, I don't know how I did not get hit by that. So let's go by very quickly. And we have more fire blocks here, although it's just some coins, and it's not really that great. Let's see, so we go here. We have, whoa, get out of the way from that. I did not mean to get into the line of fire. I actually wanted to kind of break these. Let's see, let's go down here. So I have no idea where the key is in this level, actually, although I don't believe it's in this room. I actually think it's a bit later on, even though I don't remember the exact spot of it. Let's see, let's let this guy go by. And I pressed A once, and it went way higher than I was hoping it would, so that's unfortunate. So we kind of lost our fire now. Not really the greatest thing. I mean, yeah, I have played actually 2 other Wario games to date. One of them was Wario Land Shake It, which was the Wii Wario Land, which I actually really enjoyed, and the other was, what's it called, WarioWare, whoops. I thought I was going to keep going farther before turning around. Although the good part about that is that we can get the fire power up, and I will not waste so much time getting points and stuff like that along the way, and I will rather just work on maintaining my fire power up and not losing it. Yeah, so I played WarioWare Mega Micro Games, which is a really awesome game, and they really took a break from making Wario Land games for quite a while to focus on the WarioWare series, which, as cool as the WarioWare series was, it was disappointing that the Wario Land series did take such a break, and it is sad that there hasn't really been any more games since Wario Land Shake It. I don't think it was received that well, despite the fact that I thought it was actually quite an incredible game. Anyway, let's see, continuing on here. I wish you could kind of, like, attack that guy so he would just stop coming out. Next time I have to wait. I've always sucked at being patient in video games. I mean, it's just those times where you have to wait that I've always kind of sucked at. Let's see, so, another one of those times where I accidentally went too high. It is kind of hard to control how high you go. Again, right there, I mean, it's just something I really didn't want to do. So again, of course, like I mentioned earlier, you cannot break blocks like that as a small Wario. I just kind of have to wait for this guy to go into his hole so that we can go by. And if we continue on here, and we will be about where we died last time. Another interesting thing to note about this video is that this is actually the first random game of the day I've ever made without using my computer, because everything in this video is being recorded on my camera, including sound and everything, and I got killed by him again. I think we're going to have to call my good friend Mr. Cut so that everyone doesn't have to watch the same thing again. Oh man. So look at that, you can actually stun them. Like, what on earth is up with that? Why wasn't it working before? It doesn't make any sense to me. I guess it was dodging it somehow, although, I mean, I have no idea. But anyway, we're pretty much back to where I was, so we'll continue on. But yeah, I actually made it here with fire this time. That's pretty great. So I can actually destroy these guys, which were causing the main trouble last time. We even have another fire here, in case I do somehow mess up, which hopefully I don't. But it is there in case we do need it. So continuing on, through another pipe here. Let's go up here. I guess we can probably destroy these with fire. Awesome. So let's see if we can do that, although it's not too important. Ooh, actually, there actually is something up there. Let's destroy this guy. Let's go by him. Let me by. And let's see, let's break that so we can get out through there in case we do get hit. Oh, I remember this room. I believe the key is in here. Yep, there it is. And we do have one of these annoying guys that comes out from the background here, which I would love to kill, so that he doesn't come out and completely destroy me. There we go. Awesome. So we have the key now. So all that's left to find is the treasure, and we have beat this level, which is pretty cool. So let's see, let's press start. We have a whole bunch of stats there. It shows that we are on level 3, just in case everyone forgot somehow. And we can continue on. Go through this pipe here. Well, overall, I think this is turning out pretty well. Definitely, it's the first video with the Virtual Boy, so I mean there are definitely some kinks and stuff like that to work out. Although overall, I don't think it's going too bad. Hopefully the flickering, I don't know, is it that terrible? Yeah, definitely probably could do some work. Ooh, let's see, what's up here? Yeah, it's an extra life. That's exactly what I thought. from past playing experiences. Let's see, so let's get all these coins and go back down here. And I believe we're almost at the end of another level. So let's see, let's go through this pup here. I don't really know what the point of them putting these, the brown blocks in between, like, the other blocks is. I don't quite know why they did that. It always seemed kind of weird to me. Oh, now this room is causing massive, trouble. I remember this level from when I was a kid, and I would go to Toys R Us and play the demo display they had set up, despite the fact that I was 7 years old. So, I mean, I was giving myself, like, massive eye damage all the time, which definitely wasn't really the best thing. I believe you can ground pound this block and there's like an item under it. I'm actually not quite sure. I believe the treasure will be through here, maybe. Let's try not to get hit by these massive spike things. So let's go through here. Yeah, that flickering is quite annoying in this room with a massive amount of red. I do have to admit. And even the top of the screen there also has a massive amount of red. Yeah, it's kind of painful on the eyes, I will admit. Let's see, so let's hit all of these blocks. Awesome. Continue to the right. Phew, I was afraid I was going to get hit by that, but luckily everything worked out just fine. One weird thing about the about the Virtual Boy controller is that it has two sets of D-pads. I believe only a few games actually used both sets. Although Virtual Boy Wario Land is not one of the games to use them. And man, I believe I will need to use this to break this, which will unlock the treasure. Will it? I actually don't remember. Whoa. Where is the treasure then? Is it? I could swear. There we go. I kind of had to hold B while I was ground pounding. That's kind of tricky because it's like every time I pressed down I was grabbing the ladder. And there is the treasure. So luckily it gave us the bull hat right at the end of the level so that we didn't need to go looking around for one. And yeah, that worked out quite awesome. So we can use the key to unlock this and proceed on to the first boss stage, which will be the last stage that we do. We don't need any extra coins or lives, and we do not need to wait for our coins to deposit into the total coins thing. So let's see, so if we look here, should have something up here, and it is a big heart, and we got an extra life there, because we got over 100 of them, and we have a thing there. And we have this thing to fight. And if we beat that, although, I believe we have to hit this 3 times. This is not the boss. Alright, it only took 2 times. This is just kind of a mini thing that takes place before. And we get this. So it unlocks this, and we go through this massive door, which leads to the first boss. And bosses in this game actually are quite cool. They do use a lot of that kind of 3D effect, where the boss is in the background and will come to the foreground. I believe this one throws that spike ball towards the foreground, which actually does look quite cool if you're playing this normally. And it only looks like it's actually coming at you, which is pretty cool. Let's see, so let's wait for it. I believe it's going to go underwater. Yep. Oh, actually, no, it doesn't go underwater. It just kind of comes. Yeah, there actually is quite a bit of a delay. I actually did not think I was going to get hit at that part there. Anyway, let's see. So now that we are Small Wario, is this actually our first time seeing Small Wario? No, it's not. How could I forget all those times where we kind of got destroyed in the underwater level? Yeah, it's always kind of neat because he has no hat, and he is really small, and he's completely useless because he doesn't have a dash attack or anything useful in the slightest. Okay, that's 2 hits there. Hopefully just 1 more. And let's see if we can actually do it without dying. And there is a bit of a delay. I mean, I can hear things happening on the Virtual Boy before they're actually happening on the screen I'm watching. So I'm just kind of dodging by instinct. Is that it? Yeah! I've always loved this fanfare too. Heck yeah! That's absolutely awesome. I've always really liked the boss fights in this game, actually. And one thing to note is that you actually cannot go back and fight bosses again. So once you've fought them, you can't go back and get that massive coin bonus again, which is kind of unfortunate. But oh well. But anyway, I believe that's kind of all we're going to do for today. That was a lot of fun, and I really hope that everyone enjoyed that. I hope that the video does turn out well. So anyway, going up here, that was floor 4. No treasures to find on boss stages. And you'll notice, you probably actually won't be able to see it, but the treasure there does skip from 3 to 5. So if we go up to the next stage, which is actually the 4th stage, and it does introduce the eagle hat, which, actually, I thought there was one in this thing, but there's not. But I think that's where I'm going to leave it off for today. I hope this video turns out well. It's funny, because some people are getting cameras to record their 3DS, meanwhile I'm using my camera to record the Virtual Boy. So please tell me what you think about this video. It really was just a test. Hopefully it does turn out somewhat decent, but yeah. I hope the video turns out well, and I hope everyone enjoyed this. And I hope everyone got to see a bit of a game that a lot of people probably don't get to see too much of. But anyway, I believe that is going to be all for today, so thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you next time for the last random game of the day before I go on vacation. So thanks again for watching, hope you enjoyed, and hope to see you next time for something different. So thanks, and see you then.